People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Now the first thing that is popping in the news is a voice note that is making its round on social media. And in this voice note, it is very incriminating as it pertains to Jah and his case that he recently had, where he was found guilty and he was also sentenced to 6 years out of a maximum of 8 years in which the prosecution had requested. Now people, I want you to take a look at this voice note and then I'll give my piece.
Brother, let me tell you a story. I'm in the middle of Amsterdam Square with some killers. I'm waiting on Papa to stab them like 60,000 times, bro, and I have the knife myself. I'm ashamed to tell you this, bro. I take off all my jewelry. I'm in the damn square with Penko, and I'm going to show Penko that he needs to put respect on his name. My brother, this is stupid what I'm telling you, but believe me to God, if Papa shows up here, you will hear the news and someone will be here to make the video. My brother, I'm not lying when I tell you this. I'm waiting on Papa to fix him. Good. And I'm waiting. If he shows, brother, you will hear the news. I make no joke. And I would never send you a voice note like this for no reason. I'm not here to make a comedy show, bro, or a movie, but I'm here to start a real fucking live show. Bro, believe me, this nigga let me work this stage and don't pay me, bro, and he's talking tough. I'm waiting on him. Bro, if he shows, you will know.
Now people, whenever stuff like this happens, you always have a set of persons that expect you to throw a pity party. Don't talk bad about the artist when the artist lock up. The artist had a choice. The artist had the chance to make things better. However, he opted to make things worse. So like I always do, I give my opinion because that is what blogging is all about, personally for me. So I am going to use a couple of words. The first word is bait. What this means is that Jah, he was painting a picture for the prosecution. He was laying out everything, all intricate details of how things are going to unfold. The next word, stupid. What is the reason for Jah to do this? When you come for buy, you not talk. Read between the lines. The next word, premeditated. It is obvious what his intentions were. It is obvious the plan that he had, and it is obvious that he was going to execute this plan because he had already had it in the back of his mind and he could not turn back. So basically, a sinker, that means that him basically tie some weight pan him waist, pan him foot, pan him neck, and him jump overboard. The next word, anger. You could clearly hear the anger in his voice, and people like them say, for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. He was done bad, he was played by Papa, and he felt as if the only course of action was to take back a reaction or to basically get his own justice. The next word, arrogance. When we talk about Jah, we see that he does not follow the protocols as it pertains to Rasta. He is very arrogant. He is very hype. He is very bossy. And people, this is what led him. This is the characteristic that basically led him to do what he did, even though he was wronged. What this also shows is that lack of regards for the law, lack of regards for the citizens of the place that he was at. He forget the location. Location is very important in anything. Location is important whenever you decide that you're going to do any sorts of crime, especially when it is out of Jamaica, where you can basically pay your way out of MURDER. that is not the case, obviously, for Jah Cure. The next thing is that emotions. He let his emotions get the best of him. So therefore, he wasn't able to maintain his composure. He was too angry, and that anger led him to exactly what he did. The next thing, open and close case. Jah Cure did not give his defense, his lawyers, any sorts of defense. It was a recipe for disaster. It was futility all over it. Now people, I don't know the details because I have not been following up this case 100%. However, had Jah Cure known that that tape was out there, that voice note was out there, the best thing that he should have done was a plea bargain on this case. At least he would have gotten a whole lot less time. The next word or words, don't be penny wise and pound foolish. That means that don't give away more than you can gain. That means that Jah Cure should have weighed his option. Jah Cure should have looked at his life and know the pros and the cons. Alright, I can make millions of dollars. This person did me wrong. However, if I jeopardize my freedom, I am going to be losing way more. Specifically, 6 years worth of income that he won't be able to make, and his career might flop after these 6 years, because every time people get tired, especially when it comes to Jamaica, they want the new next best thing. So therefore, Adi follow the protocol as it pertains to the music business. Performance, meaning that 50% deposits before him touch the stage, he should have gotten the next 50%. No if, ands, or but. Friends and friends don't mix like two dicks and no chick. It does not work in the music business. There is no sort of thing like friend and company. Friend, like them say, always F-U-C-K, friend. So therefore, he should not go by any sort of word of mouth. He should have gone by contractual agreement. So now people like me say, don't follow informal business when you're doing formal business. Word of mouth means nothing, especially to a promoter like Papa, who has a reputation, and it is not as if Jah Cure did not know that Papa was this type of individual. However, people, when you tell yourself that it cannot happen to me because I am big, bad and bold, it usually do, because people, at the end of the day, it is in Papa's chromosome, it is in his characteristics, it is his MO to do stuff like that over and over, and it did not matter who it was. Now people like me say, I have been in the music business, I am familiar with that thing that is called splicing. I am familiar with that thing that is called voiceover. I am familiar with artists that are doing dubplate that don't sound like the actual artists. However, people, I would say, if I was a betting man, I would say that this is Jah Cure. However, if it is somebody else, I wouldn't be surprised. However, least likely to be surprised that it is somebody else other than Jah Cure. So people like me say, this voice note was damning. This voice note was what basically sank Jah Cure, and rightfully so. He should not have done it. He should have had proper management. However, people, when you want everything for yourself, that is what you do. When you don't listen to your PR team, that is what you do. When you're on social media and in real life farming a fool, it always leads back to that. So people, at the end of the day, I would not say I am celebrating that Jah Cure found himself in the predicament in which he found himself in. However, I am not surprised. It was written all over the wall, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.